what he did. And let me tell you something, you can't win every game, Dorsey. And Crenshaw won't win every game. They just won't do it. But let me tell you this, we've got to keep on fighting. So I'm saying don't lose your morale, don't lose your motivation, don't lose your knack for football. To the quarterback, great number 16, to the receivers, the touchdown that was made by number 17 last night, number 13, all the guys, number 10 on the defense, all the Dorsey football players, JV won their game, varsity lost their game, to all the cheerleaders, to all the pep clubs, to the president of Dorsey, to the new principal at Dorsey and everybody, hey, we got to keep on fighting. Okay, so all I'm going to say is Dorsey power. Okay, Dorsey power. You got to keep on pushing through. All right, so that was for all the Dorsey people. I love you so much. I'll see you guys in the Motivated Men, which I'm a part of the Motivated Men organization, who works on the campus of Dorsey to help the kids with leadership and their homework and reading and getting jobs and taking them on tours to colleges and all kinds of great stuff like that. And we just did a program where we took the kids to UCLA, and you know, I want to say to the president of the Motivated Men, Dave, and to everybody else, Steve Bagby, who was over the Alumni Association for Dorsey, the president, and everybody else involved with the Motivated Men, we're doing a great job. We're getting out there doing it. We're not talking about it, we're being about it. And that's what it's all about, giving our kids today a future for tomorrow. Okay, so much for that. Oh, by the way, just for a second, okay, all right. Go Dorsey, all right? Here's my Dorsey hat. Go Dorsey. Keep up the great work. Don't give up. Give in, but never give up. We're tired, but not defeated, okay? All right? Never defeated. All right, so that was our Dorsey segment. Oh, by the way, you guys, on November the 27th, I'll be able to give a speech for the Buffalo Soldiers. Here's the Buffalo Soldier letter. And I am a honorary lifetime Buffalo Soldier. I didn't fight in the war with the Buffalo Soldiers, but I am now a Buffalo Soldier, which I have been for over the last 6 months. And I'm really happy to be a Buffalo Soldier because it is a privilege to be with the 9th and 10th Cavalry, to be able to talk about all the great things. Okay, now, anyway, okay, our next guest is coming up, and I'm glad to go speak with the Buffalo Soldiers on November the 27th after Thanksgiving. And also, too, I'm just really privileged, and I feel so privileged to do that, to speak. And we're working on getting a statue in the Crenshaw community on the corner of Crenshaw and King of the Buffalo Soldiers, where one of the Buffalo Soldiers is on his horse, and the horse is rearing up like this, and the soldier's on there with his sword in his hand. That's one of the first African-American cavalries, the 9th and 10th African-American Cavalry, which were the Buffalo Soldiers, which helped fight and win a whole lot of fights during the war, okay? We'll talk about that at another time. I want to go into our Michael Jackson segment. Hey, do we have pictures of myself and some of the stuff that I've been doing? I just want to show you, we just want to flash over some pictures and things like that, because I want people to know, oh, if you want to reach me on Facebook, it's Eddie Jones Jr. on Facebook. You can't miss it. It's me and Mr. Joe Jackson, the picture that we did when he came on to my show, and he did his show there, and the Japanese crew came in, and everybody came in. Majestic was there, Wendy was there, everybody was there. You know, Geraldine Hughes was there, Michael Kiss was there, the Michael Jackson impersonator, and everybody was there. It was a wonderful show, and Joe had been on my show on several different occasions. And if you ever want to watch any of those shows, you could just go to ustream.com and watch the show. And I got a call in right now. Hold on, let's see who do we have here? Yes, hello? Is this Twiggy? Hello, Twiggy, can you hear me? Okay, good. I want to make sure you can hear me. Okay, first of all, you're live on the Los Angeles Civil Rights Association Speaks Out. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good,
How
good.
are you?
I'm doing fine, and we want to talk a little bit. We've been talking. Have you been watching the show?
I have, yes.
Are you watching the show as we speak?
Yeah, I am.
Good. So then you know you're live on the phone. You can hear your echo in the background, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Say hi to Josh. He's right here, our tech guy.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Ziggy, how you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Everything's wonderful.
So, Twiggy, you have a blog called MJ Hoax Live, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. So we were talking about, because I asked you to put on my page whether people like Michael Jackson's music, put a 1, right? Explain the whole procedure that I asked you to do yesterday.
Well, with the new single that's come out, there's been a lot of speculation whether or not this was Michael.
Can I hear it? Okay.
The Breaking News track came out, I believe, Monday or Tuesday, and what you had asked me to do is to put a 1 if you like it, 2 if you don't, 3 if you think it's Michael, or 4 if you don't think it's Michael, and to also leave your comments, let us know what your thoughts are on the track.
Okay, so do you have some of that Michael Jackson music with you? The news.
I do, but I'm having a little problem with my speakers, so I don't think I'll be able to play anything, but I've been listening to it again via my iPhone, and have you heard it?
I heard some of it. Yes, I have. I haven't heard the whole album, but I have heard that particular song that everybody's talking about. And to me,
Right.
now I'm just saying me, it sounds like Michael. But to me, it sounds like some stuff that Michael would do, and he probably wouldn't have released it himself until it was finished material.
Right.
Yeah, I just think that, to me, it sounds like Michael, but it sounds like some Michael unfinished material.
Yeah, that's true. It does sound like dated material, too. It sounds like it possibly could have been done, quite a while back. Apparently, some of the other tracks on the record, one of which is coming out Monday, this track by Akon, Hold My Hand, that was written in 2007.
So
And,
Michael, now wait a minute, Michael Jackson,
They
Twig.
said that nobody was ready for that track at the time, so they waited to release it.
Now what's the name of that track that's coming out? It's coming out in a week?
It's coming out Monday.
Monday, tomorrow, this Monday coming up.
Yes,
What
And
date?
it's
What
called
date is
Hold My
this?
Hand,
What date is that? Today's the 13th. What date is Monday?
the 15th.
Monday the 15th is going to come out.
Yes, and it's a track co-written by Akon and another gentleman by the name of Claude Kelly.
So Claude Kelly and Akon wrote this cut with Michael Jackson.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
And the name of it
Akon
again is
produced
what?
it.
What's the name of it?
Hold My Hand.
Hold My Hand. And so that's going to be released on Monday, and it'll be all over the world.
Yes, it will.
Okay, now I got to ask you a question. Everybody's talking about, some people are talking about boycotting Michael's album because it's at Sony, and some people are saying support it because the proceeds from the money goes to Michael's kids, Blanket and Prince and Paris. How do you feel about that?
Well, if you look back on his career, there was a lot of trouble with Sony, and at one point in his career, he actually gave a pretty infamous speech, basically saying, that I'm going to get out of this contract, I'll be free and clear of my obligations. And then the estate went and re-signed another deal with them for them to get any new materials. So I don't know what Michael's wishes were. I think that he wanted to make music, but whether or not it be with Sony and with all the problems that he had with them in the past, and Mottola.
Yeah, but Twiggy, listen. Now Michael's gone, and even in his death, he still had a contract with Sony, right? Well, no, what I'm saying is Sony still has the rights to Michael's music, right?
He did when the estate re-signed the deal again.
Right, but what I'm saying is right now, Sony has the right. That's why they're able to release Michael's music, right?
Because of the estate, yes,
Right, because of the
correct.
estate, Sony has the right to release Michael's music. So what I'm saying is, whether Michael's alive or dead, when Sony plays that music, all the proceeds from that music, part of those royalties, go to the kids of Michael Jackson. Is that not true?
Yes, they do.
So would it make sense to support the Sony music because the kids will reap the benefits of the record sales that are bought from buying Michael's new music?
Well, anything that goes to the children is a good thing, but the thing I think that we need to all look at is what was the sacrifice that had to be made for this to happen. And, you know, we all know his history with Sony. And I know, and I've followed pretty closely his, you know, his grand problems that he had with various parties that were there at the time when he was around making music for them under contract.
Okay.
So,
Now what I'm saying to you is, and I want to stick to the question. Any music that Sony puts out, hold on. Any music that Sony puts out, and any music that the public buys, that's on Michael's new album. What's the name of Michael's new album?
it's titled Michael.
It's titled Michael, and it kind of looks like the Dangerous album cover a little bit, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And there's a lot of music on there, from what I understand, in this particular catalog.
Yeah, I believe there is.
And all of it is supposed to be mostly never heard before Michael Jackson music, right?
That's what they're saying, yes.
And so whoever buys this catalog or these albums or these CDs or whatever, the proceeds will go to Sony, and Sony will issue out a check in royalties to the Jackson estate, and in turn the Jackson estate will pay Paris and Blanket and Prince and Miss Jackson and whoever else is on that list to get royalties from Michael's music, right?
That is correct.
That is the legal aspect of what we're discussing right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, now my question to you, Twiggy, is there's a court date coming up on January the 4th of 2011, which starts the preliminary hearings for the court case on the wrongful death of Mr. Michael Joseph Jackson and the accused, Dr. Conrad Murray. How do you feel about this trial that's coming up?
Well, I think that we're all waiting to see what's going to take place. Personally, I think Murray's going to walk.
That's your honest opinion. Now let me ask you a question. Now before
there's a lot of problems, with what happened at the scene. They didn't block.
Okay, but hold on a second, Twiggy. Before you elaborate on that, let's just stick with the question. My question to you is, and I don't want to talk a lot about the scene and all that because I don't want to get deep into the case, because that's not really right now I'm not really there. I'm more concerned with how do you feel about the trial that's coming up, the preliminary hearing on January the 4th. That's really what I want to stick with. How do you feel about it?
I feel that Murray is more than likely going to walk.
Okay, now that's your opinion, and I want everybody who's watching the show to please comment in the box on whether you think Conrad Murray will walk or whether you think Conrad Murray will go to jail. And I would love for you to comment on the Ustream show, and I would love for you to comment on the YouTube show. That would really help me a lot to understand how everybody's feeling, and then next week on the show we'll come back with the percentages, and I'll tell everybody how everybody felt about whether they think Conrad will go to jail for what he did for the wrongful death of Michael Joseph Jackson, or whether he will walk for the wrongful death of Michael Joseph Jackson. Now, Twiggy, I got to ask you this question. Miss Catherine Jackson, along with Paris and Prince and Blanket and Genevieve and Jermaine Jr. Well, no, not Jermaine Jr., but all the kids that were there, Taj and all the kids, grandkids, nieces and nephews, they all were all at the interview with Oprah. How did you like the interview with Oprah?
Well, I had mixed emotions about it.
Well, I thought that, and I have 2 minutes and then I gotta go, okay? I thought that Miss Jackson was very good. I think that she's very well